Hey everybody, I did something really, really fun today. It was, I made Pina Colada chicken and I paired it up with some summer vegetable risotto, which came out really well too. But the Pina Colada chicken, I took some chicken thighs, pounded them out, and crusted them with a mixture of Ritz cracker crumbs and coconut. And they're baked, so I didn't fry them. And you know, doesn't make them any less fatty, I don't think. But anyway, and then I made a sauce that it's a basic white sauce, but I enhanced it with a can of crushed pineapple and a splash of coconut cream, Coco Lopez. And it really was fun to do, and it was fun to eat and enjoy it. We are going to talk much, by preparing our chicken. We have some boneless chicken thighs, and we're going to put those on a flat surface. We're going to cover them with some plastic wrap, and we're going to pound those out, and I cover them to keep the chicken pieces from flying all over the kitchen. So we're going to take our mallet and we're going to pound these out. You can use a rolling pin or a regular hammer or anything you want to pound these out. You want to pound them out to a thickness of about 1/2 of an inch. And that's how they look. Now we're going to make our special breading. We're going to take some Ritz cracker crumbs and some coconut and put them in the food processor. If you hear any noise in the background, Kelly's scratching her back. So we're going to get those in, and we're going to pulse them until they're mixed together and sort of a coarse texture. I don't like them too fine for this kind of a dish. So now we're going to bread them. We're going to set up our breading station. Oh, first we're going to season our chicken with some salt and some pepper. And then we're going to flip them over and season the other side with salt and with pepper. I guess she's finished scratching her back now. And now that they're well seasoned, now we're going to set up our breading station. We're going to start with some all-purpose flour. Then we're going to beat a couple of eggs into a nice smooth egg wash. And we're going to line those up on a counter. We're going to go flour, egg, and our special crumbs. First, we're going to coat the chicken thighs in the flour. And then in the egg. And remember the wet hand, dry hand thing to keep your fingers from getting all clumped up. And now our crumbs. We're going to press that in to make sure those crumbs adhere nicely. Now we're going to transfer those to a rack. I found out the hard way that I should have sprayed it with some Pam, so we're going to spray the underneath and the over top. And we're going to bake it at 375 for about 20 minutes. You want them to temp to at least a temperature of 165 degrees. And now we're going to make our sauce. Butter, flour, Coco Lopez, coconut, chicken stock, 1/2 and 1/2. We're going to melt our butter. Season. Because the chicken broth that we're making is salty on its own, I left the salt out of this part. We're going to just use some pepper and a little pinch of red pepper flake for a little something something. I'm going to stir that up and sprinkle over some flour. Now you want this roux to be thick because we're going to be adding chicken stock and we're going to be adding Coco Lopez and the juice of the pineapple as well. So that's what a thick roux looks like. Now we're going to add our 1/2 and 1/2. And we're going to whisk that until it's smooth. And now we're going to put a spoonful of our chicken base into the half and half and whisk that till that's well incorporated. Now our cream of coconut, and stir that in. And next comes our pineapple crushed with the juices. Just pour that whole can right in there. Stir that up. And it's sweet and savory. You're going to taste and fall in love, I guarantee. And now we're going to remove the chicken from the oven, like I said before. And that's what it looks like. It's crusty and brown, temps to 167, which is almost perfect. And there you have it. And now we're going to make some risotto to go along with it. I'm calling this a summer vegetable risotto. We're going to core and dice a red pepper. If you cut around those ribs, you can throw that whole middle rib section away and then just slice the pieces into strips and then slice them crosswise into a nice dice. And we're going to dice half of an onion. And again, you want to go slice the onion one way, then the other, and because the onion comes in rings, that's going to break right into a nice onion dice. And there's our corn that we cut off 2 ears of corn off the cob. And we're going to mix up 3 cups of chicken broth using our base and water, and some arborio rice. Now we're going to heat some butter up in a pan. And we're going to get ready with our 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of stock, but that's 1 cup of many cups. And we're going to melt the butter and saute our peppers and onions. And we're going to season those with some salt and pepper. And now we're going to add our corn and a little bit of dried basil or herb of your choice. And we're going to saute until the vegetables begin to soften. And we're going to add in our rice. Now, the vegetables don't have to be too soft because this is going to cook for a while. It takes 30 to 45 minutes for risotto to cook. And we're going to stir in our rice and let that cook for a while until the rice pieces begin to brown. And now we're going to add our first cup of broth. And we're going to stir that in. And as you remember from previous videos, or know from making risotto yourself, there's a lot of stirring involved in making risotto, but it's all worth it in the end. So when most of the liquid is absorbed, we're going to add some more stock, most of our 2nd cup, and stir. And again, when most of that liquid is absorbed, we're going to add some more stock. Go again. And we're going to stir some more until the rice is tender to the bite and the mixture is creamy, and then you're done. I left out the cheese in this risotto because I didn't think the cheese would go well with the coconutty sauce. So instead, for garnish, I chopped up some Thai basil from my garden and some cilantro also from my garden. This is an optional thing for you, but I did it. And then we're going to serve it. And it looks amazing, smells amazing, and tastes amazing.